Hello dear student, once again here is Imanat Ali to share my knowledge about listening. We are at page 56, it's unit 4, level 2. The topic of discussion today is how can games compare to real life. Yes, how can we compare games to real life? So sometime it is said that life is also a game because from life we learn different things. For example, we learn life skills, social skills, cooperations, patience, different things from our life. Yes, life is game. For example, you play football. When you lose, you learn to be patient, and when you win, you learn how to celebrate and be happy. And also, it's a game because it makes us fit and fresh. Like life, sometime different incident of life. Here we have the questions. Life is a game. Do you agree with this statement? Why or why not? You have to respond. Life is game. Is it? Yeah. Is it? You can say life is game. If you say no, life is not a game, you have to have a good reason for to prove your thesis. Why or why not? Question 2 is how much time do you spend playing game? Yeah. How much time? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. You have to respond accordingly. Secondly, yes, now let's go to question 3. Look at the photo. What are people doing? What is happening on the field? Yes. So, what are the people doing and what is happening on the field? They are playing a game, and the other players are maybe practicing or taking parts in different competitions. Yes, so you have to respond according to your knowledge or and describe the picture. When you finish it, you have to do it at your own. And then let's move to activity B, that is listen to the classroom online that answer these questions. Yeah, we have listening here. You have to listen and answer. What connection did Marcus and Felix find between sports like soccer and real life? What is the connection between soccer and real life? What does Sophie say about following rules? You have to listen and take notes. Okay, let's go to listening.
Unit 4, Game Studies. The Q Classroom.
Today, we'll discuss the Unit 4 question, how can games compare to real life? Marcus, you like soccer. How does soccer compare to real life?
Well, it's hard. You have to try hard to be successful. I think that's like real life.
Good point. What else, Felix? How can games compare to real life?
Sports like soccer are similar to real life because you have to work with a team. You need to share responsibility and work together to win. We need to do that in real life, too.
Games usually have a winner and a loser. Do you think that's like real life? Una.
Yes, but you don't win every game.
That's true. No one wins all of the time. So, you have to try hard, you have to work with others, you can't win all of the time. Any other ways that games are like real life? Sophie?
Yes, in games you have to follow the rules. That's true in life, too. There are always rules you need to learn and follow to be successful.
Yeah, that's all they're talking about. Yes, like teamwork, like responsibility, also follow the rules, and games are sometimes hard, so you have to answer these questions at your own. Yes, now let's go to next page. It is what is reviewing and editing notes. So sometime when we listen or read uh, something, so we have to take notes. So sometimes the notes are not that okay, so we edit. So we edit mean make some changes, and also yeah, review and edit. So here are some questions about Yeah. This one you will listen in audio track about games. Yeah. Listen a short talk about board games, Monopoly. Then review one student notes, fill in the blanks, add other information you remember. Yes, one of the student has taken these notes, Monopoly, about games, and so you have to listen it and add your add the words or sentences or phrases you listen. You have to complete it. Okay, let's go. You have to listen and complete the blanks.
Unit 4. Note-taking skill. Activity A.
The board game Monopoly is the third most popular game in the world. It's a game about buying and selling property. As a player, you move around the board and buy pieces of land. Then you build houses and hotels. Every time another player lands on your property, they have to pay you rent. And of course, when you land on someone else's property, you have to pay them. The goal of the game is to win the most money. When players lose all their money, they are bankrupt and have to leave the game. The last player in the game is the winner. The game of Monopoly that we know today was created by a man named Charles Darrow. In 1933, Darrow made 5,000 copies of his game and sold them in a store in Philadelphia. However, the original idea for Monopoly came from an earlier game called Landlord. Landlord was invented in 1903 by an actress named Lizzie McGee. Landlord is very similar to Monopoly. The Landlord board looks like a Monopoly board, and players also buy and sell property. But there are some interesting differences in the rules. In Landlord, players can choose to pay part of the rent into a public treasury. When there is enough money in the public treasury, all of the players in the game get a share of the money. Lizzie McGee thought that a society where a few people are very rich and many others are very poor was not fair. She wanted the game to show how that happens and how to fix it. Monopoly and Landlord are just games, but in some ways they tell us things about our societies and real life. Today, Monopoly is played in 111 different countries by people speaking 43 different languages.
Yes, that's all. She's talking about a game and rules of the game and different things. So when you finish, you have to fill this area and show the answer to your teacher during the online session. Okay, let's go to next listening one. That is the important point. Crossword puzzle. Okay, when you play or solve the crossword puzzle, so we have different things. So here first of all we will read the vocabulary, the underlined word. So for example, the first word is developer. As you know, everyday's life in the modern technology, developer, game creator, yes, application developer, yes, different games developer. So developer means someone who create or develop a game. Instant means sudden, yes, sudden or yes. So you have to read these underlined words and match with the meaning. Two options are given, A and B. You have to match object here. Object mean aim or purpose or goal, and also clues mean hint, yeah, hints or some information, matching information. Then we have original the yes, first one, the primary product, and the first one are natural, yes, variant part are yes, the so you have to do all the words, match the words with meaning, and at the end you can ask your instructor, your teacher, during the online session. They will show you the answer, so you have to match with A, B or C. Secondly, yes, you have to finish in this one. Now again you are going to listen to a game developer talk about the history of crossword puzzle. Yeah, he will talk about history of crossword puzzle. Look at the photo. How is the 1930 word class puzzle different? Yeah, 1913 it was totally different from 2015. 102 years difference. Yeah, so you have to listen it and take notes. First you have to listen and take notes. Yes, let me play.
Unit 4. Listening 1. Activity A.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for inviting me to this meeting of the Game Club tonight. My name is Alex Vargas, and I'm a game developer. I write word games and other kinds of puzzles for newspapers. And yes, I do have a fun job. I'm going to introduce you to a new kind of word game that I'm working on. But first, we're going to talk about the history of a classic word game, the crossword puzzle. You know, it's that grid with little black and white squares and a list of clues. The object is to solve the puzzle by finding the answers to the clues and writing them in the blank white squares. The modern crossword puzzle was probably based on an ancient Roman game of word squares. These were squares with words reading down and across. In 1890, an Italian named Giuseppe Aroldi published a small crossword puzzle. It was a word square with just 8 words, 4 across and 4 down, and clues to help the solver. However, the crossword, as we know it today, was invented by a New York journalist named Arthur Wynne. Wynne was from England, but lived in the United States from the age of 19. In 1913, he published a puzzle that he called a word cross in the newspaper New York World. This original crossword was in the shape of a diamond with no black squares. Wynne later created a version with black squares and changed the shape to a square. Wynne's crossword was an instant success. In fact, crossword puzzles became so popular that the New York Public Library got worried. More people were using the library's dictionaries and encyclopedias for crossword puzzles than for research. The crossword puzzle is probably still the most popular word game in the world. There are even crossword puzzles in Chinese. In recent years, people are beginning to realize that crossword puzzles are more than just fun and games. There are many benefits to doing crosswords. Some medical experts believe that doing crosswords helps keep our brains more active and therefore healthier. Doing a crossword forces you to use your brain to remember facts about people and events. You often remember things you didn't know you knew. You also learn a lot of new things as you do research to find the answers to puzzle clues. Now, about my game. I'm developing a new word game. To be honest, I think crosswords are a little old-fashioned. I wanted to update the crossword puzzle and make it more social. You can play this game with a group or even play it online. Its name is Cross Purposes. I have some sample copies with me tonight. Now, the rules for the game are...
Yes, you can pause the video here, listen it again. Yes, and you have to do the exercise C, activity C. Read the statement, write T for true and F for false. Yeah, and right here you have to read these sentences and respond according to the listening you did now. Yes, so if it is true, write T. If it false, write F. When you finish activity C, you have to move to exercise D. Yes, here in activity D, what is required? Read the question and circle the correct answer. Then listen and check your answer. Yeah, you have to listen it and choose the best answer, A, B, or C. You have to do this and complete this exercise, and you can show the answer to your teachers during the class. And also you can ask your teacher to provide you answer key, because it is necessary to do first and then check the answer key. Yes, the previous exercise D, it has 8 questions. Yes, let's go to activity E, and here this one, work in a group, solve the crossword. All the words are in this unit. Yes, so you have the words in this unit. You have to go to vocabulary. Yes, and write the words. For example, it was an space access. Yes, what word it might be? Yeah, here is number 2, across. Also it gives you across, mean you write in this way, across. Number 1, for example, it was an space access. The word instant, where you will put it, you have to put it, yes, here, yeah, number 1. So, and also second one is down. The words, yeah, number 2 is here, right, like this. Yes, across. And number 1, the word go, space, and down, across and down. You have to write these words in this way. Yes, down. So number 2, yeah, number 1 is here in this way. Yes, when you finish it, you have to check your answer. Yeah, and also you can ask your teacher to give you the answer. Then we have the exercise. Say, what do you think? Do you enjoy doing crossword puzzle or other word puzzle? Why or why not? You have to respond. Do you like this? And you can respond to your teacher, and they will paste these questions in the discussion board, and you can respond. What other puzzles and game can you find in newspapers? Yeah, newspaper. What kind of other games and puzzle you find? Also, the other question you have to respond when you finish it. So sometime we have listening, and then we have names and dates. So here we have some dates: 1938, 48, 52, 91, 2006. Yes, and also name. So you have to listen this audio, yeah, and fill in the blanks with, for example, the first one is Alfred Mosher Butts in 1938. So you have to listen all and fill in the blanks with proper answer. Let's go.
Unit 4. Listening skill. Activity A.
Games also help us learn real-life skills. The game Scrabble is great for learning new words. The game has an interesting history. Alfred Mosher Butts first developed the game in 1938. He called it Criss Crosswords. However, Butts's original game was not popular. Then, in 1948, Butts and a partner, James Bruneau, improved the game and started a Scrabble factory. In the 1950s, the president of Macy's, the famous New York department store, discovered the game, and it became very popular. Between 1952 and 2000, world sales of Scrabble games reached more than 100 million games. In the US today, 1 out of every 4 families has a Scrabble game in their house. The first World Scrabble Championship was in 1991. Every 2 years, there is another competition. It takes place in different cities around the world, from Washington, D.C., to London, to Mumbai, India, and others. A player named Michael Cresta has the record for the highest number of points for a single player in one game. He scored 830 points in one game in 2006.
Yes, you have to finish it and fill in all the blanks and show the answer to your teachers during the online session. Okay, let's go to the next page. You have to work with partner, participate in listening, name and date. Yeah, make with 3 names and 3 dates are important to you. Yeah, it is activity based on your personal experience. Yes, then when you finish it, you can share the answer with your teacher. Let's go to other listening to. There is business is a game. Yeah, is business a game, do you think? So it's sometimes same like games. First of all, we have to go to vocabulary and uh, what are the new words and vocabulary. So first you have to think about all these words. There are 10 words, so how many words do you know? Then you have to go to the meaning. Calculate mean like estimate. Yes, uh, yes, like to count something. Yes. The second word is demand. Demand is a noun here. Now demand, order, or a requirement or need. Yes. Then we have the word estimate. Estimate same like calculate or to guess the number or cost or size. Yes, to guess the numbers. And also secondly we have figure out. Figure out mean it's a phrasal verb. Yeah, to find the answer of something. Find out mean to find out something, to get something. Yes, loss, some disadvantage, negative. Yes, in business having less money. Profit mean advantage, something useful, some you get more. Sold out mean finished. It's a phrase, sold out, so it means something is finished, everything is sold out, no more in the store. Supplies same means supply or um, provide or something. Yeah, supply. Here you have to read this article or and fill in the blanks with proper word from the above table. Yeah, you have to move, and 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 you have to move these to write these words in according to your the meaning and appropriate word. Next we have to we are going to listen to a conversation about an online games. Do you think video games can help you learn skill? Do you think video games help you learn skills such as how to run a business? Why or why not? Discuss with partner. First you have to find out the answer, discuss with your friends or any other fellow, and then you have to listen it. Yeah, listening and take notes. So listen this audio and take notes in your notebook or whatsoever resources you have to take notes. So listen it please, and listen carefully, because next 2 and 3 exercises are all based upon this listening.
Unit 4. Listening 2. Activity A.
Hi, Waleed. What are you doing?
I'm doing my assignment for my Business 103 class.
You are not. You're playing a computer game.
No, really, this is my assignment. It's called the Lemonade Game.
You're kidding. What a silly idea.
It's not a silly idea at all. Look, here's how it works. As a player, you imagine that you are going to start a lemonade stand to make some money. You have $20 to start your business. This first screen gives you a list of the supplies you need to buy: paper cups, lemons, sugar, and ice. At the bottom of the screen, it tells you what the weather's like for the day. That helps you estimate how much you should buy. This is especially important for the ice and lemons. Any ice you don't use in one day will melt. If you buy too many lemons on a hot day, they can go bad.
Right. I suppose there will be more demand for lemonade on a hot, sunny day and less demand on a cool, cloudy day. Can I try it?
Sure, go ahead. Here's the screen for supplies. Just click how much you want of each thing.
Okay, I ordered my supplies. What's next?
Next, you click OK and go to the next screen. Decide on the price for each cup of lemonade. After that, you need to figure out how many lemons and how much sugar to use in each pitcher of lemonade. People prefer lemonade with more lemons and sugar, but that also makes it more expensive. Try using 5 lemons and 4 cups of sugar in each pitcher.
Okay. And I think 25 cents for each cup is a good price.
No, don't charge 25 cents. I think that's too expensive. Try charging 20 cents.
Well, if you say so. Oh, look. People are buying the lemonade. They're saying, I guess they like it. Uh-oh. Now the sign says sold out. Looks like I didn't make enough.
Yeah, too bad. Now watch the screen. The program calculates how much you sold and your profit or loss for the day. Oh no. You started with $20, but now you only have $18.46. You lost $1.54. Sorry, maybe 25 cents was a better price.
Yeah, I told you so. But anyway, this is just a simple game. How can you learn about business from this? A real business is much more difficult.
Well, the game is simple, but the decisions are the same as the ones you make in a real business. How much will it cost to make a product? How much should you sell it for? What do people want in the product? And so on.
True, but I still think a game is way too much fun for a homework assignment. After all, this is a university business class, not kindergarten.
But business is fun. Besides, it's better to practice with a computer lemonade stand than to lose real money on a real business.
Yes, here Faisal and Waleed, they are talking about business techniques. Yeah, so you have to fill in the exercise to solve these activities. Yes, go to activity C, yeah, and choose the best answer. Read each question 1, 2, 3 and 4 and choose the best answer and solve it and share the answer with your teacher during the online session. Then we have to move to exercise activity D. Read the statement, write T for true and F for false. You have to read these statements and write according to the listening you have listened just. In the game, the supplies and paper cups, lemon, sugar and the supplies are papers, cup, lemon, sugar. Yes, it is true. Yes, you have to write it T here and then read the other statements and write T for true and F for false. When you finish, you have to show it to your teacher. Then let's move to activity E. Work with partner. Take turn asking and answering question. Yeah, you can choose a partner and answer these questions. What happens if a player buy too much ice or too many lemons in one day? Yes, too much. So what will be the effect according to your and the knowledge you listened just in the previous page? Then okay, F, you have to do this. Work with a partner. Frank played a lemonade game for 4 days. Yes, he played this same game for 4 days. Complete the spreadsheet with a profit or loss. What do you need? Profit, loss of each day. For example, money to start the day, $20. Yes, Friday, $15. Saturday, $15. Cloudy, $23. Expenses, these are the expenses he had made, Cuban ice and this one. So you have to the profit or loss he had made. For example, total expenses 12.68. Yes, and price per cup 0.3, sales 8 points. So profit or loss you have to find out. On which day Frank lose the most money? Why do you think that happened? So you have to study this table carefully and answer the question. Then we'll move to the next page. Yeah, you have to say what you think. Yeah, this is your personal response. You have to express your opinion. Waleed and Faisal disagree about how much the lemonade game help business student. Do you agree with Waleed or Faisal? You have to listen again and answer this question. Yes, before you this one is not necessary, it's a video. Yeah, so we have to move to next, that is word families, suffix. Yeah, for suffix means the word something we mean a part of an inflectional morpheme that we add at the end of the word. So here is word we add at the end of word. So for example, honesty, we add y. Popularity, simplicity. So this one is suffix at the end of word that always change the category of the word. For example, it was noun, it maybe it changes category, or adjective, and it will change its category. For example, activity, so it became noun, so change. It was adjective and activity is noun. Creativity, same is the case with other words. You have to first you change this word according to the suffix you add, ity, trity, yes. So mostly ty, then you have to fill in the blanks with the proper suffix. For example, I like the space of this game. Simplicity, the real, you have to add the suffix and make the new word. Yes, that is all for listening today. The important thing is you have to listen the audio tracks and respond all the question and show it to your teacher during the online session. Thank you so much for your this patience and listening me.